All right, good morning, everyone. It is the 1st of July, 2021, and this is my morning strategy session. It is about 10 minutes until 9 o'clock. The first thing I have up here is ATHE. ATHE was recently granted a patent targeting neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's and, let's see, or what else is it? Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. So that's going to be good for its balance sheet. What it does for the price of the stock, well, I don't know. It's moving right now. It is up 60, almost 67% pre-market. So I have an alarm on this one. It's $2.26. That's its pre-market high. So it's on watch. If it starts trading with momentum, then I'll start trading it. We have an interesting one here, CPOP. This is a recent IPO. You can see yesterday in the afternoon, it opened up and started trading. Well, it's an IPO. So I put levels on it. It's moving fast. This is a stock. This ought to be interesting, and I kind of like these stocks that move quickly like this and are making big moves. I can take small share size on it, easily control my risk, and cut quickly, or take gains quickly. So this ought to be an interesting one. I'll probably trade it, but that's just looking at it right now. What happens after it opens and once it starts trading, I mean, we'll have to see. It's made a high of $58 pre-market. I didn't mark off any levels on it. I'm just gonna. It ought to be trading fast, and it ought to be trading with some pretty decent range. And so levels might mean a little bit, but it's going to be more of a momentum setup. So I'll probably have this on the 1 minute. Bring this up on the 1 minute here. Pre-market volume on CPOP is as of right now, it's 845,000 shares. So it's trading. All right, then there's BGI. Let's see, BGI is a Canadian reopening. And I have this screen open. This is the daily. And I marked off the most recent plunge that it took. You can see here this big breakdown candle. And its pre-market activity is within this range. I'll show you here on the 10 minute. It'll make it a little more clear. So you can see that the breakdown candle open and close that I had from the daily right here is somewhat acting like a guide for this morning's trading. So the orange highlighted area here, this is the morning range, and it came down to roughly the bottom, the close of that candle, and found support, and then came up roughly to the open of that previous breakdown candle that I showed you on the daily, and has come back down. So an open above 314 and then a move and a close above 4 would be ideal for a trade, for a momentum trade. We'll see what happens though, so it all kind of just depends, what happens exactly. We'll just have to keep an eye on it, and I'll keep an eye on this one on the 1 minute also for momentum setups. Then BLIN and CUEN are continuation from yesterday. I don't have a heck of a lot. I doubt I'll trade either one of these because usually with small caps like this, on big news, it trades up and then it falls down. You can see here yesterday on the daily here, it opened here at roughly I'll call it 486, 480, 486, something like that. Ran up to 854 and then spent the rest of the day coming down. It's opening higher, obviously, than yesterday's close and yesterday's open for that matter. So to really get interested in this one, though, I have to see it move up above $8.54 first. CUN. So this one also, I don't have a lot. It's just up in case it starts moving. It opened yesterday at $8.21 and made a high of $9.21, and then wound up closing. Let's see, it closed at $6.22, and now it's at $6.70. I don't really, it's just possible we could get continuation on BLIN and CUEN today. And if it does, then it does, and I trade it. I doubt I will trade them, either one of them, but they're just kind of up on watch right now. The broader market, so the SPY right now, let's see. If the SPY opened right now, it would open up 0.18% higher than yesterday's close. The SPY, for the most part, has had some, for the most part, it's just had a lot of really tight trading days. And as we go into after July 4 weekend, until late August into early September, we're going to see volume fall off. I mean, it's just kind of the way it goes during the summertime. Everybody goes on vacation. People just the market slows down. It's the summertime. It's just the way it goes. People are outside. Traditionally speaking, the markets were really quiet when the United States was a more agricultural society. People were out on their farms. People were out, tending their crops, just kind of getting things done. And it wasn't until, late summer, early fall, where people went to the market to start trading their goods. And it's just, I don't know if it's a sort of a tradition or what, but it's kind of held. So now, we're going into the summer, and volumes are going to be a lot lower. There isn't going to be as much trading. It's probably, I think, to the end of this week, there's going to be some activity. But after the start of next week, things ought to be slowing down quite a bit. There are going to be fits and bursts of things happening over the summertime, but for the most part, it's just going to be pretty quiet. So then, Bitcoin. I've got my eye on Bitcoin here. It's looking pretty bearish at the moment as of right now. The dominant feature is this head and shoulders reversal. Came down, broke its neckline. There is a little bit of support down here in this area, and until it's going to go one way or the other, and until it does, there's really nothing to do with Bitcoin. I wouldn't want to trade Bitcoin in between these two levels to try and get, to try and go long at support here for a move to resistance. It's just not the way. I haven't found that to be successful for me. So in the meantime, what I'm expecting, let's get rid of this one. You can see kind of this green squiggly line here. Let's see if I can find it. There we go, right there. That green squiggly line that's popping in and out. That's kind of what I expect in the meantime for Bitcoin. But the thing about trying to trade these support and resistance levels, like if I wanted to go short Bitcoin here, or go long Bitcoin here, is that could be when Bitcoin decides to break out or break down. So if I see it hit this resistance line, selling, especially if I do it, if I try and short Bitcoin right here, then it will inevitably break out to the upside. And the same is true if I try and go long Bitcoin, say right here, it will inevitably break down to the downside at that point when I trade it. So I'm waiting until it makes its move, whether it's a breakout or a breakdown. I will not make a move on Bitcoin until it decides to do what it's going to do in accordance with this consolidation period. I imagine the consolidation period is going to last until September, at least. I imagine this consolidation pattern is in for a while. If I were to call a direction, the direction of the trend is bearish. So I would feel a lot more confident in going short Bitcoin. But then again, I want to wait until it breaks below the support line and then confirms a close below that support line. If it does that, then it's headed for 20,000 most likely. And then we'll see what it does at 20,000. If it gets to 20,000 and it consolidates above 20,000, then I think that we're going to start putting in a bottom. But we won't know until that actually happens. So that's what's going on with Bitcoin right now. Let's see, Coinbase. Coinbase, if it were to open up, it would open up about 0.7% lower right now. It's nice to see that it is above 250. And yesterday, it bobbled down below 250 and came back above and closed. Had a nice run up at the end of the day. 250 was the IPO price. That was the original sort of base price that it was supposed to open at. It opened at like 380, I think. Yeah, 380. Ran up to as high as 428 roughly. Let's see, the high is 429.54 and then closed the day at 330. So not a great showing for the opening on Coinbase. And it looks like it's trying to consolidate here at a bottom, and then if it can recover 250, hold 250, and then start moving above, then we ought to start seeing some recovery on Coinbase back up to 300 level first. This level here, 303. That's if it can hold 250 and not fall back down and start closing, making daily closes below 250. As long as we have daily closes above 250, then it looks like we're in good shape for a move up. For the time being, though, I'm just watching it. So, yeah, and especially Coinbase seems to be sympathetic to Bitcoin's moves. So if Bitcoin has a big down day, then Coinbase is likely to have a big down day as well. All right, everybody, that is my morning strategy session. Good luck out there. Keep your risk tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you at the recap. I am out.